Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, various genders from across the world, welcome to the world-famous Packcast, brought to you by the Wicked Rules Gaming, one of the best gaming companies in the entire world. I'm your host, Big Z Bear. Zubair Asghar is my actual name. Lovely to see you guys again. Firstly, most important order of business, we would like to apologize for what happened last week. There were some technical difficulties, like me being able to speak. For some reasons, we couldn't get online last week, so we apologize for that. So instead, we're going to continue on with this week where we should have done on last week. Don't worry about it. We got the whole program planned. It will be interesting. It will be entertaining. It will be engaging. And number one, for me to prove that it will be engaging, is to introduce our co-host. You may know him since the beginning of time, aka beginning of the Wicked Wolves. You may know him as the man who gave you purpose in your lives, the reason and the meaning of gaming. Our guy, his name is Jordan, the Alpha, Wicked Wolves CEO. How do you do?
How do you do indeed? Thank you very much for having me in this really nice episode of Packcast. But yeah, amazing intro, Zubair. Nice one.
Thank you very much. You're very welcome.
Bit of an intro. My name is Jordan Eaton, aka Jester, or Alpha, whatever you want to call me. I'm the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Wicked Wolves Gaming. I've been with the Wolves since the very, very beginning. I have spoke to a few people. I was scouting yesterday. Yes, I can see in chat everybody's putting Jordy. I was scouting yesterday. It was a very long day for us in the Wolves, and we was getting a lot of new members in. So if you are a new member of Wolves and you are watching, welcome to the team. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. It's going to be amazing. Let's go.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our two guests. One particular guest is because of the episode that we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about cosplaying, and we're going to be talking about graphic design and how it affects the gaming world. So Mr. Jester, I'm going to pass the mic over to you. I'm going to ask you to introduce our graphic designer. Please go right ahead, homie.
Brilliant. So we do have a senior graphic designer with us today. She runs the graphic design department. Her name is Danny Beach. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Go on, give us a bit of an intro about yourself.
So I do illustration and graphic design with Wicked Wolves Gaming. I help kit the team out with things like icons, emotes, banners, all that good stuff. Just keeps people looking on brand and looking all streamlined.
Yep. And she did do my logo as well. So if you do follow my Twitch, my logo was done by Danny. Amazing work. But how did you come across in the Wolves? Like, do you stream? What games do you play? That sort of stuff. Speak to us.
I kind of picked us up through Facebook, and like my partner streams with you. I watch a lot of gaming streams and things like that. I like things like Skyrim, Legend of Zelda, Dragon Age, like anything kind of like open world fantasy, like Hi Jeff, that kind of thing. So it's something that's always been like an interest of mine.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'm totally on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm FPS, and these guys are RPG. So
RPG, yeah, I'm an RPG guy too. Yeah, I prefer stories and everything because I didn't have any friends growing up.
I'm well out my element here. But Danny, nice to speak to you and have you on the podcast. We'll be speaking to you a little bit throughout today with the graphics design. And now, let's introduce the man himself. He will introduce who he is. Nice little surprise for you, mainly. But we do have our content regional manager for the UK. His name is Ashen Lux.
All right, guys. How's it going? Ashen Lux here in cosplay. Since we're talking about cosplay, I figured I'd actually get in cosplay. I'm Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, if you know what that is. I did a bit of a casual version, obviously. I am the content regional manager, and I'm happy to be here talking about all this good stuff. Yeah.
So you're dressed up as Demon Slayer, is that correct?
Well, he's a demon slayer. Yeah, he's called Tanjiro. Yeah.
So
Well, you have to tell us a bit more about Tanjiro. I mean, come on, tell us a bit more about him.
It's one of my favorite animes so far. Like, it's as good as Naruto in my opinion. Good stuff. He's basically a soft little lad who loves everybody, but will kick ass with a sword and kill some demons if needs be. And I've really taken to him, so I thought I'd give him a go.
Who tickled who's not on this one?
That's his water abilities, and he's pretty wild.
I mean, majority of animes are a bit adorable when it comes to the times, right? Except for when they're specifically written to be jackasses. But usually with animes, they all adore each other and they love each other, don't they? Especially when they fight each other. Ha! That was an amazing punch. You made me use 50% of my ability and things like that. Right?
It's very dramatic. Yeah.
It's very, very jovial and very, brotherly, if you like, when it comes to even when they fight each other, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
So, dude, you got to tell us, right? Because we're talking about cosplay. One thing, if guys don't know out there is a relationship between Ashen Lux and Danny Beach in that they are married. So one has to put up with the other sometimes. So it depends on what's going on today. We shan't be in the middle of that. What we need to find out is how you guys got into the cosplay game.
Oh, well, I've been cosplaying personally for like more than, I think it's 12 years now.
Yeah.
So a long ass time. And I met Danny through cosplay, in fact. Well, it was a bit of both. We obviously hung out in the same town, but she ended up cosplaying as well. We cosplayed together at London MCM. I think that's right. As Kirito and
that was our first one, yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of like, I guess how I fell in love with you as well. It's kind of gay.
Oh, was that your first date?
Essentially, yeah. Yeah,
that's kind of sweet. That is.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah.
Were you Cloud or was she Tifa? What's going on? No, Aries.
Do you know what Sword Art Online is?
Who?
Sword Art Online, the anime.
Sword Art, yeah, I know of it. I've not watched it. Yeah,
we did Kirito and Asuna, which are the two main characters, and they get married in the game as well. So I actually did like, it's gonna sound really gay, but we're going with it. And when we went back to MCM 3 years later, I actually proposed to her with Kirito and Asuna's rings. It's like a commemorative thing.
That is awesome.
It's really gay, yeah. I did it at the con and it was really cool. So.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That is amazing. So you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the power of cosplay. The power of cosplay brings people together. It's amazing. Awesome.
You've got to incorporate as well. Like when you do go to all these Comic Cons, you go to Insomnia, stuff like that.
Yes,
there is a lot of cosplayers there, and it does bring a lot of attraction, especially into, if you look at it from their point of view. When you go to, whether you're a Call of Duty player, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you go, you've always got somebody there. Like for example, Nadeshot. Everybody knows Nadeshot. 100 Thieves. He's a big anime fan, and every time he goes to a convention, you see his Instagram flying because he's taking pictures with cosplayers, and it is a big staple within esports, and we've got to appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like gaming and anime kind of come hand in hand, because I do cosplay gaming characters as well, and so does Danny. So it's a good thing.
I would say it's he's got a puppy to deal with. Oh, bless him, or a sneeze. Welcome back, Jaster. But with the thing, amazingly, because I'm older than any of you guys. I got the PlayStation when it first came out. And Jafara, you're adorable, man.
Where's that bloody sick bucket?
Okay, so the amazing, I don't know why, but my TV switched on automatically. I'll switch it off in a minute. That's freaky. Anyway, I was talking about the amazing thing about the video gaming world and the cosplay world. How nowadays they kind of like almost like teeth in gears. They go one in hand. In the beginning, it wasn't the case, was it? Because cosplay kind of existed, but video gaming culture wasn't as strong. It was kind of like one thing, and cosplay was purely kind of like an anime thing or even a cult movie thing. Am I right when it comes to that?
Actually, like, well, sorry, Danny, if I'm talking over you, but like, yeah, it's a. I think it's kind of when we started a long time ago. Well, when I started, it was like sci-fi was separate, games was separate, anime was separate. But like, you get cons like now, like SunnyCon, where it's just called like an expo, and London MCM and stuff like that, and they all incorporate everything. Like they do the masses and do sci-fi, the games, the lot. It's everything mixes now. But back then it was really like old fashioned, I guess.
Yeah, the cultures were massively different.
Yeah.
And if you look at it now, you look at the fact of when like I've played a LAN event, went to a LAN event, loads of cosplayers. Look at League of Legends.
Yeah.
And the fact that you showed me one of the K-pop group, and they had cosplayers in front of them dancing, and it was crazy to see. And that's coming obviously onto the big stage now, and you never know. Down the line, you might have Call of Duty do it. You might have Overwatch doing it. You might have them all doing it because it's starting to come together.
Actually, Overwatch does do it. League of Legends and Overwatch are the two that I watch, and League of Legends mostly because they have worlds where they do the openings and they have cosplayers go. Like I know a few people personally that go to these things, and they're insane. I can never afford it, but like it's League. Yes.
Trust Josh Edwards. Trust Josh Edwards to jump in with the league. With a little part. There we go. Yeah.
Typical Josh.
There he is.
But yeah. That's the amazing thing. We figured out a way to bring it all together. Sorry, Jordan, you were going to say something.
So I want to know now, okay, obviously you two already cosplay anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know from you two who your favourite is to cosplay. And Zubair, if you could cosplay, who would you cosplay?
Ooh.
We'll start with.
Come to me second.
We'll start with.
I have to.
Well, with me, it's quite simple. Naruto is probably my favorite and the one that I'm most known for in the community. It's something that I absolutely adore doing. So Naruto Uzumaki.
We do have a picture.
Yeah. I think I look the most like Naruto, so it's more fitting for me to be him, I think.
It does actually work.
Yeah.
It's like a British Naruto. It works pretty well.
British Naruto. Northern Naruto.
I'm gonna kick your ass. We got to apologize to this guy, ladies and gentlemen, because last week this guy was all geared up and ready to go, and then because of the technical difficulties, he couldn't log on. What was it was that the thing you were dressed up as last week?
That was what I was wearing.
Oh man, that really sucks. It really sucks to have you like. I mean, this is awesome, but Naruto's Naruto, right? You can't second that when it comes to cosplay.
He's a good lad.
He's a good lad. Yeah, he's as you put it.
Danny,
what was this? What?
We'll come to you last, so you can think about who you'd cosplay.
Geez, I've never actually thought about it. So yeah, we'll have to ask me later.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but then I'm just hiding my face. I might as well just go as a freaking Arab. Just put on the thing and just hide my face. Oh, I'm an assassin. I will assassinate you with my sarcasm and my horrible wit.
Oh God. And terrible.
Look,
jokes.
We just lost 10 viewers.
Well.
Assassinate the cast.
So Toothless has just put here. He Eren from Attack on Titans.
Yes,
interesting.
I've actually done that one as well.
You've done that one. There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh,
hell yeah!
Oh, that's actually quite interesting. The new God of War, right?
You've got to learn the boy.
Boy.
Hey,
I got the voice, but I haven't got a voice as awesome as his.
Read it, boy.
He's got a ridiculously amazing voice. You know, they pitched it perfectly. Have you guys seen the video where they make him do dad jokes?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
It's been on my YouTube feed. It is one I like to watch.
I'm sorry. I'm dad. It's just so out of character. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Man. But I would like to raise some sad news. I don't know if you guys know this. The motion capture actor for Kratos apparently died recently, unfortunately. And he was out in sea and he was saving his child. I hope somebody can correct me. I hope it's wrong, but I've read it in several locations that he actually did pass away saving his son from drowning. So F in the chat for the guy. That's an amazing story.
Shad,
he went out as... Go ahead.
Is that Shad Gaspar by any chance?
I can't remember the dude's name. I'm going to Google it right now. I'm annoyed with myself. It's just we brought up Kratos. And I figured I hit that noise. I hit my ears right now. I thought we got to talk about him. We got to honor the guy. So
yeah, definitely. Can it go on? Speak to me. Who is your favorite to cosplay as?
I think my favorite one I've done so far was Star Guardian Ari from League of Legends.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It looked boss, by the way. She had the tails and everything. It was.
You know what? We're so stupid. We should have asked you this before. If you don't mind having a look for a picture, because we got to find it.
Yeah.
We got to find a picture. Tag Jasta. Jasta will show it to us as well.
I will
I can email it to you if you like.
Yeah. Whichever way.
Facebook it me if you want.
So we got 2 or 3 pictures. We got to show Danny with her tails, and but I went online and I found some amazing cosplays, and I want to share with you guys. First one, if you don't mind, Jordan, Jasta, would you mind bringing up the Darth Vader picture that I sent you?
I will indeed.
Because there's an amazing story about this. As you can guess with the picture, you can see it. Taken in the 70s odd. This was a guy, I forgot his name. I don't have his name, sorry. He, 15 times in the summer of the 70s, he went to watch the Star Wars again and again and again. That was the done thing back then, to go again and again and again. Right? There's no internet, nothing. He watched it so many times just so he can make that outfit. Guys, is that not bloody amazing?
It is. It's actually like a known fact that the Star Wars community was the one to start conventions. So it's
wow.
If you think about it, if you think about in the future and how big esports is now and how
ahead of the times, man.
Yes, exactly. And when it comes to like history, you'll be going into museums 20, 30 years, and that'll be in a museum. That picture will be in a museum, which is crazy.
The guy, bless him, he's so humble about it. He just said, "Yo, we just took it." He's in his 60s now. He's our father's age, and he's just said, "Well, we just put the picture. We posted it online. I didn't realize it was going to go viral." That's the amazing thing, and that's humbling. That's commitment to the craft. Because this is no offense to you guys, the proper cosplayers. It's relatively easy for you guys now compared to what he had, right?
Yeah.
And this, yes, thanks, Jasta. This is amazing because the story behind this kid, he's actually disabled. He can't use his legs. He's a wheelchair guy. So they put him as the blood bag in Mad Max Fury Road. I don't know if everyone can see it. That my screen's kind of small, but if you see it, he's freaking Mad Max.
That's an insane idea. That's good.
Right? I looked for a few of them. There were quite a few examples. There's one where the dad, the Alien 3?
Yeah.
I think it is. Where she gets that machine and she rips the alien to get away from her, you be. And she's wearing the machine. So the dad is cosplaying in the machine. And she's cosplaying as what's her name? What's her name? The hero from the Aliens. Ripley, yeah. She's cosplaying as Ripley. Because she's handicapped. She can't use her legs. It's amazing. Yeah. But that one I thought was kick-ass. We had to share that one.
That's really cool.
It is very, very cool. Hey! We have it. Who's this?
Hey.
There you go.
Who's this, Danny? Who's this?
You look good.
I enjoyed that one. I didn't enjoy the shoes. The shoes were impossible.
Just marketing there. Everybody buy a Wicked Wolf t-shirt. But yeah, that's amazing. That is genuinely amazing. You don't look the same person. You look like the character.
It's the power of makeup.
How long did that take? Like, that's what I want to know.
That was actually, I bought that one.
Well, you bought it off somebody who made it. Yeah.
But you'd have to do the makeup, right? And everything. And you'd have to, fit it on perfectly, right? That still took time.
The makeup and the wig and stuff I did myself.
That must have took an hour or so.
Yeah.
At the very least.
We're usually waiting for Danny on the morning.
Yeah. It's
that's typical anyway with women. What are you talking about? That's never mind cosplay.
So
sexism at work. Sorry.
The question is, how long did it take you to get ready today?
Me. And honestly, because I screwed up my scar on my head. Again, cosplay doesn't always go to plan, but you can always fix it. I don't know, like an hour. Wow. I had to do the wig as well. I had to cut the wig today. I basically made this commitment. Yeah,
that's very impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for that 1 hour that Asham likes had to give in. I was looking up. Go ahead. Sorry, Jason. You go ahead, then I'll go.
So now the question is, Zubair, who would you cosplay?
You know what? Someone has said Kratos, and I cannot change my decision from Kratos. Because is there any other video game character that I could pull off? There isn't any. And the only reason Kratos is not because of the previous God of Wars. It's the God of War remake when they put a beard on him.
I think you could pull off Dom from Gears of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. I said, you know what? We should put this to the audience, the viewers at home. You guys type in who you think. We got Kratos. That's amazing. We got Gears of War. That's considering. I've never actually considered, because obviously I'm a PlayStation guy. My scope is a little bit narrow compared to you guys, hardcore gamers who know the vast variety that's out there. I didn't even think of Kratos. So if anybody else out there wants to change my mind, Kratos is still number one for me, because that's just amazing. Awesome. So
I myself, if I was to cosplay, would it's not going to shock these people, but I'd probably go for Negan from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
Got to get that done.
Got the whistle. I can get a bat. That's easy. Leather jacket. Everybody knows the famous line from Negan. I've got a leather jacket. This is my bat Lucille. My nutsack is made of steel. We all know
God
that.
is so cool. Yes, that is so cool.
I've just seen down there that Josh said Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII, and I'm down for that. That you'd see that.
Oh yeah, yes,
Barrett
I did think of that, and I forgot about it. That's considered. I mean, I don't quite have the skin tone. I might need to darken down a bit. Maybe I could be the Asian Barrett Wallace.
You don't need to. The thing with cosplay.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, what have you found?
Oh, go on. Oh, he's looking for an image.
Yeah, man. You'd easily be able to do that.
I mean, my arms are kind of
that's Zubair on Steads.
That's the classic FF7 cartoon as well. That's back in 97, 98.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the good stuff.
I could do the hair. Definitely. That'd be awesome. You know, I'd love to do, I think now I'm beginning to think about it, you guys are starting me thinking, it's probably the Terminator. Just simply because for memory's sake. But the problem is he don't have a beard. So it's just like you have to paint the beard or just tie it up or something like that.
Shave it off like I do.
4 lines.
Oh, hell no.
4 lines.
How dare you insult the beard? You never shall shave off the beard. How dare you? Apologize to the beard. How dare you?
Sorry, Big Z beard.
Good.
All hail before the beard.
All hail. I gotta bring up. I would hold you to account further, but we just don't have the time. What we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about something interesting about the word cosplay. I don't know if you guys know the history of the actual word cosplay. I read up about it. It was actually, funnily enough, coined by a Japanese dude, Nobuyuki Takashahi. And I deserve a gold medal just pronouncing his name right. He was in Los Angeles.
F's in chat for that one. F's in chat. Well done, Zubair.
Thank you so much. Thank you. 1984. Think about it, man. Back in 1984, and it was supposed to generally be, this is the amazing thing about Japanese, even though it's so far flung from English, they somehow managed to adapt back and forth sometimes. So he used the term cosplay, which roughly translates to cosplay. Because you can't use the word that they were using, what was it called? Mannequins or something like that, masquerade. It just didn't work in Japanese. Yeah. And hence, a term was born and it's lived forever and it's dictated a large portion of people's lives.
Yeah.
So the question I've got for chat is, if you could cosplay, who would you cosplay?
Of course, yeah.
Tell us who,
actually.
Jordan for Defo the Mad Hatter.
Oh man, Defo, yeah, I'm mad as anything. So yeah, I'm down for that.
That would be amazing. Do you know anybody on a team that would be Alice in Wonderland?
I'd probably do Donald. I'd do Donald Trump. I'd do Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
I'll do Donald Trump just to pull the racism card.
No.
Get some Lego and build. Get some Lego and build a wall.
Yeah, get some Lego and build a wall. Then the company Lego will email us and say, "Bloody hell, take it down! How dare you!" Just like everybody emails him, just stop using our stuff. No, well, one other thing we gotta ask. I just gotta ask you, Ashton. Now, when you first started, what was your very first cosplay again? What was it again?
It was between Pikachu from Pokemon and L from Death Note. So
it was a thingy. What's the word? 2-in-1 thing.
No. I was making both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, just started with a smack bang. Let's get into this. Do loads at the same time because I was really excited. So it was. I haven't stopped either, which is
I respect the first option. I love Pikachu. Always have
Yeah.
done. Always
Everybody
will.
loves Pikachu.
It went down really well.
Yeah. And the one that turned me around was, I got to tell this one. I went to see the movie Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
No kids, all adults.
Yeah.
No, 2 kids. That was it. 2 kids, no adults. That was it. All adults.
The humor in that was so dry.
Yeah.
It was like you sat there and wrote like it was like I was expecting written by Z Bear Ashgar. Like,
oh, that's Ryan though. He's an amazing comedian. I look up to him. He's hilarious. You know, he's perfect. Gotta catch them all. The only time we hear the song is when he's breaking down. Brilliant. We got to ask the question to Danny now first. What about your first cosplay?
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Put you on the spot now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Was it not K-On?
It might have been, yeah.
Which is a music anime from way back when.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did the main character because you can play guitar.
Yeah,
so
I cosplayed Yui from K-On. God, that was 2014, 15.
Wow, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe.
So Ashton is kind of like senior in terms of cosplay.
Oh, mate.
Was it OneCon? Was that 2012?
Well, 2012, 2013, yeah.
Oh gosh,
so, long time ago. But yeah, I'm ancient. I've been around for too long.
see, now it's got me thinking, because I think I could pull Captain Levi off from Attack on Titans.
Oh yeah,
I'd rock them. I'd rock them knee high boots, definitely.
Yeah.
March and everything, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Too right, I would. Yeah.
Too right.
Now my question is, because obviously you guys proactively go to your conventions, you're active within the cosplay community.
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite convention is for cosplay?
SunnyCon.
SunnyCon, yeah.
Why is that?
Honestly, we know the convention, the owners very well, and it's not because of that. It's the idea that they've got probably the most well balanced con I've ever been to. The parties are good, the panels are good, the guests are good, the games are good, the cosplay is good, the anime is good, the shops that are there. I could never have asked for a better convention. Like, London is good. It don't get me wrong, but I think because I'm biased to my northern lot, and being up in Newcastle, it's one of the best conventions that I've seen. It's 3 days as well, and it's so long. Wow. And other people will agree. Jeff's got you there. The other cosplayers will agree. I don't know. I'm very biased.
Do you think you've just hit a nail there that I was wondering? I thought I'd ask you. Is that, do you think it's because London is a lot more commercial and the SunnyCon is a bit more personal, a bit more intimate? Do you think maybe that might be a factor?
I think it's genuinely because it depends on what people prefer. SunnyCon's more of a relaxed, like, open con. London's in a place where, again, like, a few of our friends don't like being crowded too much. I suppose it's not a personal preference because it's quite a squished. 30,000 people go to London, so it's a lot of people. And
a little bit more than that.
I've got an ice cream van outside.
I want an ice cream.
I'll cosplay as the ice cream man.
Myself.
Jeez, 2 minutes.
Oh, jeez. Buy an ice cream from the guy. The problem is you're both in the same house, so we're going to hear it from both of your mics. Oh, brilliant.
It sounds haunted as well.
It sounds so creepy.
Yeah, it does sound quite creepy.
Imagine that at 9 o'clock. Well, 9, it's still bright and light, isn't it? 11 or 12 at night when you hear that.
Yeah.
We've got an ice cream van around here that does match of the day. The difference between the two ice cream vans.
That's amazing.
We get
all vans run out. Hey, give us a ice cream. That's amazing.
Big 26 stone guys to the ice cream van. Like, give me 3.
Give me 3. I mean, we never outgrow ice cream. That's a fact.
No.
That's amazing. You know what? We've hit the half-hour mark, and we need to talk. There you go, Jon Snow. That actually works.
I could probably do that.
You don't know anything, Jon Snow. That'll be amazing. And there's a Josh Edwards here has said Rumble League of Legends.
Yes.
I think that's what he would do.
I'll help you make that, Josh. I'll help you make it. I'll help you do that.
Okay, Josh Edwards. Rumble from League of Legends. That'll be.
Let's see what people would cosplay as, should we? So Yeetshot's coming with Edward Scissorhands.
That's amazing. I would not have put that together for you. Go ahead, Yeetshot. I'll be amazing when you do that. Who don't?
Jeff's come in. Who don't a cosplayer do Final Fantasy? Ada Wong, Aloy.
Ada Wong is from the Resident Evils.
Yeah.
Aloy from
Aloy
we normally would have put you on.
That's a big variety.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a variety. All right, next time, Jafar, if we get you on, you're going to do a cosplay for us.
Neox is Tachanka. So that is from Rainbow Six.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rainbow Six. Belto, Inquisitor from Star Wars. Oh, I'd like to see that. I think that if it's one of those with them, it can either be really, really good or it could be really, really bad.
Yeah, so both ways they're good. Both ways they're good if you think about it.
You've got to be careful on that one.
I want someone to do a Monty Python cosplay. Someone as the Dark Knight or Life of Brian or someone. That would be hilarious. That would
Glenn said
there's an amputee who goes to MCM every now and again who has cosplayed as the Black Knight from it.
Does he go around saying, all right, we'll call it a draw?
Yeah. All of it.
I already love the guy. I've not met him. I love him. Awesome. Wow, that's it. It's like the kid who did the Mad Max one, right? That's amazing. Yeah. There we go.
Mini Sparks.
Darius or Garden from League. Yeah. A lot of people want to do people from League. That's amazing.
It's all illegal, that's why.
Yeah, it's all the League guys. We should put all the leagues together.
Yeah.
I do League as well.
I'd probably do. It'd probably take ages. I'd probably do Mordekaiser.
Oh, hell yeah.
But it would work, wouldn't it? It'll be worth the effort. No matter how much
actually, our friend Mark's got a Mordekaiser cosplay done. We obviously, because we're a community, we all help each other with what our strengths are. Like mine's wigs, so we all go around. But this guy who makes armor, and he's made our friend Mark a full Mordekaiser armor, and he looks hella. He's a skinny, small guy, but he's now beefy, big guy, and he looks so different in the cosplay. But
that's creepy. That's amazing.
What you can do with cosplay is insane.
I reckon I could pull off Luigi with Mario.
Yes.
It's me, Mario. Luigi, sorry. I've just screwed it up. The shame of it all. I apologize to our fellow casters. Oh, jeez.
So, before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah, that's a good segue.
So for the people, obviously, that are interested in potentially going into cosplay or they don't know where to get started, what would your guys' pro tips be?
Oh, pro tips. Honestly, straight and simple. Like, if you like a character that much, do it anyway. Like, just go out and get the stuff. Start first, and if you do fail and don't do very well in your first couple, keep going because you'll get better. Like, it's a skill at the end of the day. So keep practicing. It's all it's took for me. Like 12 years ago, I looked like something. It wasn't this. So just keep going, and just if you've got friends who do it or anyone else, or even just ask people online. I don't mind getting a message for help. If you want help with the wig, I don't mind giving you advice, and neither do half the cosplayers. We're a good community, so man.
Jump in, dive in, right? That's the beautiful thing about your cosplay community. I know no one's pointing at each other, you look like crap. And if it's the one guy that does that, you kick his ass and send him on his way. 99.9% y'all love each other, even if it's a guy just put on a wig. You started cool. Here, do this next time or something.
Yeah. That's completely correct. It was our big thing about cosplayers. You can never do it wrong. It doesn't matter what skin color, it doesn't matter what gender. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do a male Sailor Moon, you come in and do a male Sailor Moon. If you want to be Black Naruto, you can be. It doesn't matter what happens. You can be what you want to be. That's what cosplay is about, is being your character that you love so much and the games that you love so much. It's kind of the point.
Awesome.
It doesn't matter.
I think before that, sorry, Danny, his next one should be Cloud from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I agree.
We do actually want to put together a Final Fantasy group. Jeff actually wants to do that, so... I think you're going to be Aerith, aren't you, Danny?
I am, yeah.
And he's going to be Jesse or Tifa.
Okay, who's going to be Barrett? Now I got to ask.
I don't think we have Barrett.
Zubat.
You're going to have to be Barrett.
I'm going to have to be Barrett. Yeah, we're going to have to see when this whole thing blows over. I might as well get into shape and turn into Barrett. Goddamn, why not? That'll be amazing. That'll be so funny. You know what? we better segue because we've overrun this. So we talk about our next topic today, Jaster, which is in terms of the graphic design, in terms of gaming.
So, Danny, this is one more for yourself. So, with the graphics design, obviously, we're talking more towards content, and this is going to be good for obviously Ash because he's a content creator himself, and how important that graphics is when it comes to creating content. Because if you go to somebody's stream and you see somebody and they've not got anything, they've literally just the webcam. It's not as appealing as as you go to somebody that's got the full shebang, the overlay, the works. So what
like what Ashton does? What Ashton does in this stream is pretty cool. Yeah,
exactly. So when you get a content creator or just somebody generally just coming to you and saying, "I need this," where do you find your inspiration? I can't even speak.
Where do you find your word? Where do you find your English language? Go ahead.
So basically, the first thing you kind of want to start off with is where they kind of want their brand to go. Everyone who's kind of coming at the streaming thing, they're essentially putting themselves forward as an influencer. So they've got to sell what kind of like recurring themes they are in the games they're playing. If they have specific games that they play, that's usually a good starting point because that's where people will kind of find the common basis for.
Yeah,
so that's a good place to build up from.
So it's how you like to portray yourself to the public, right? How you like to see yourself. And that's not always easy to do. You have to stop for a minute, you have to reflect, and you have to think, okay, what do I like to be known as? What do I like to associate with? And that helps you guide some sort of image, right?
Yeah. But the first thing I usually ask when I get a client approach me is what kind of thing are you going for? What kind of aesthetic are you going for? And what are, like, say, 3 things that you would like involved in, like, your icon, your logo, your emotes, that kind of thing. Let's say, for instance, you play a lot of League of Legends or MMOs, that kind of thing. I try and incorporate a couple of your favorite characters in there, or a couple of maybe ward imagery, that kind of thing. If you're going more along the variety streamer, like what Jericho or what Ashen does, I'd kind of go for your big recurring games. Like Ash does a lot of horror stuff. Jericho does a lot of Mortal Kombat. That's usually a good solid starting block to go off.
Yep.
Awesome. Brilliant. Now, we did something. I asked Danny to do a couple design for me. So having what she said there, I've had a similar. I mean, my sister was in marketing, so that's why I have an ounce of an idea of what she's talking about, what Danny talks about. I said to her, I asked her that, if she could do some sort of image of mine, and we could use it for exposure, so that we could put it out there, so everybody could know exactly her skills and everything, and give her some exposure points. And this was the image she made for me. Go ahead, Jaster.
Before we do that, though.
Okay, go ahead.
I was thinking about this just as you were speaking there, and a big aspect coming into obviously graphic design as we speak, and a lot of content creators are using is Fiverr.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So the one thing you've got to be careful on, because you can find people on there for $2. You've got to think of the quality, and that leads up to this. So
right. Thank you. Very good point, Jason. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So when I paid this lady in exposure points, we got this guy here.
Can we just
were joking. Yeah.
It looks like something from Family Guy, which is like an Asian Popeye.
Instead of eating spinach, it's a bowl of tikka masala, and then I go something like that. And then I turn into this big, amazing Asian Hulk or something like that.
And now.
And this is when we actually paid her. Look at this, guys. This is bloody amazing. She made it for me a while ago. I didn't want to debut it until it came on the cast to show everybody her skills. She did that in a few hours, if that. And only the reason why it took a few hours is because I was at work and she kept on asking me what she wanted to do. But guys, just look at that. I am flattered. She made her look amazing. She made her look awesome. Imagine what she can do for you. This is, by the way, not exposure points. I actually paid her money. Yeah. Right? So this thing where people say with exposure points, I want us to be pioneers of that as well. Don't be dissing your artists. Don't be disrespecting people who put their life in there. It took her a few hours, but it took her a lifetime to get to a point where we could you make it for a few hours, right? I'm sure you must have faced crap like that all the time. Am I right, Danny?
Yeah. The big thing I kind of tend to put forward is, like, we can't pay our bills with exposure. We can't eat with exposure. This is the kind of, like, fair enough, something like this might only take me a few hours to do, but it's taken me countless hours to, like, learn the techniques, to pay for the equipment. You know, I still have to pay things like for my software, for my programs, for my hardware, computer maintenance, internet. I can't do what I do if I don't get paid for it.
Exactly, right? It's like freaking athletes. You can't freaking pay athletes with a round of applause. How are they going to freaking feed themselves to work the damn game, right? So you need all the equipment available there. Look at that. Look how sexy that is, right? Look how amazing that is. That's not possibly anybody we know because it's just too sexy. Hint, hint. Who is that supposed to be? Go on. Tell us. Speak up. Who is that supposed to be?
Me.
Of course it's you.
It's me.
Oh, jeez, I was just waiting for you to say the something else.
Jesus Christ. It's got a walk on there. You should know.
Oh, I know it's you. It's just too beautiful to be you. That's the problem, Jason. You're adorable and cuddly, but that was just too
captured
beautiful,
my
you know?
eyes. It's captured
your
my
eyes. Yeah, this is true. That's the only thing. Everything else is much more better than you. I mean, where's the facial hair, the proper, you know, oh no, it's matching now. Usually you have like a proper thing growing like mine.
Massive
or you're a baby face.
Ginger beard.
Ginger beard, otherwise it's just baby face. So you got a good medium today. Awesome.
Good medium,
so this is Danny's work. Now, aside from that, Danny, we got to ask you about your experience with graphics in the gaming world and how it's important in the gaming world. So we were talking about this before.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, the thing with graphics and gaming is you cannot have games without your artists. Without artists, you, like, even from a marketing standpoint, to the environments, to the modeling, to the animating, literally every single aspect of that. You've got the technical side, which is the programming and everything, and then you've got the artists. That would be, I mean, you can't have a video game with just a vague concept of, I want a thing that shoots things. You've got to have your environment, you've got to have your atmosphere. And I mean, that goes for so many different creative like avenues. Basically, you've got sound designers, you've got animators, you've got concept artists, even people who do things like the particle effects and things like that. That's all come from an artistic background and from a graphic design background. And there's so many like different specializations you can go into with it. Like, it's such a massive spectrum of things to approach from.
It's a niche market as well. You don't find many graphic designers, and it is a very it's weird to explain because you don't find many with a high quality, to say the least. Like, you'll come across someone and it's like their work's good, to say their work's good.
It'll do.
Yeah, that'll do, Donkey. That'll do. One of them, but you don't find somebody and you sit there and you go, hang on a minute. Like, I'm a very chatty person. Same with you, Zubair. You do get some that you sit there and you're lost for words. And I remember her sending me the logo, and I was like, it captures everything I'm about. Wolves, wicked wolves, and obviously my favorite animal is a wolf, and obviously that was on my shoulder. It just incorporated me as a person. But you've got some crazy ones like Yeet Demon. Have you seen his?
Gotta load that up.
Let me see if I can find it.
Whilst you're doing that, you're looking for some others. There's an interesting thing because with graphic design, especially in the gaming world, there's two aspects. There's the aspect they use for the marketing side, but then there's the actual aspect used for the actual video games themselves. Because you think all the way back into the 70s, late 60s, I think it was, when Pong was first created. It was just a few rectangular blocks. That's it. Yeah. And then suddenly they added color, and then they suddenly added texture, and now you're looking at graphic designers who are looking at how physics works in the real world, how light works, how reflection works, and have to put that in. My God, even no matter how advanced technology is, the amount of man hours you need to put to make it perfect is just, admirable,
Yeah, I agree.
Games are looking beautiful these days.
Yeah, definitely.
We were just
trying to find this.
While you find them up, I mean, the PlayStation 5 release with that girl who's just jumping up the mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my God, it genuinely looked like a CGI movie, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing. And the flying through, no blink and you'd miss it, no loading time, nothing like that. I mean, no matter how amazing the PS4 Pro is, you still have that little gap where there's loading needed. But, you know, I mean, that's down to hardware. But now you have that aspect to enhance the design even further. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask now, I can't find the picture for some reason. It was on his Facebook.
If
it's not there enough.
Yeet can ask Yeet just to message us so you can find it, I'm sure.
Yeah. But
go ahead, dude.
Ash, this is for you, my friend. Obviously, you're a content manager within Wolves.
Yes.
How is it like when you're looking at, say, potentially somebody's stream? Because obviously you're big on obviously helping people's content. You want to make sure that they're entertaining. You want to make sure that they're getting the views, they're getting the follows. What is it from a graphical standpoint that you look at with that stream? Because it is very important within content creation.
Honestly, I kind of look at what they're doing on the stream themselves, whether they're talking, they're on video, and go, right, these seem like this type of person. And if the art all matches them as well, it kind of like, it pops to me. You know what I mean? Like with mine, it's all like magic and the wolves and the cat and like, it's all my type of fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
And when I go see other people, it's the same thing. If they've got a big logo that represents the games they play, their personality, like, and it's all streamlined, like it's really nice to look at and to watch, especially like because you're like, oh, their personality is really like batting off the art, and their artist clearly has done a good job. Like it's really good to have as a content creator because it pops out to people when you're watching them. It's not just about, I think with a content creator, what people get mistaken there, it's just you and your personality that gets through everything. And I'm like, it's not, it's the way you play the game. Like, relax, guys, just have some fun, get some good art out there that represents you, and like all them together kind of make a content creator, as well as like your fans as well. Like,
I want to show some of Danny's work now. So obviously not just Wolves related. Obviously the first one is going to be Wolves related. But this is her page, and I'll show you so all of you guys can go. Honestly, go and drop her a follow. If you guys want some work doing, like this one, is incredible. This is one that was done for Josh Edwards. I'm pretty certain.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
But you go on, explain.
So I do a lot of where I've kind of come from has been like fantasy and D&D illustrations. So this is actually a commission.
Cool.
Someone's D&D character.
Wow, that's what I thought. I couldn't recognize it, but somebody's asked you to do that. That's amazing.
Hi, me.
Hi, me.
Ashen. And then there's loads.
Damn! She got junk in the trunk. Sorry. She's Colombian. That's why. You know what I'm talking about. Who's fed up there? Is that someone else who paid you in exposure points?
No, that's actually that's a cartoon of our friend's D&D character because we all play D&D, and he's just done with the group.
He's fed up with this crap. Can we just win the game, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
No, that's incredible.
My Sailor Moon one,
that looks like a wallpaper. Like it's incredible. Just the fact that like stuff like this, like look at the detail in the eyes, like.
Hey, actually, you know what? You reminded me of something, Danny. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
I heard it's amazing. Just looking at those eyes there, it reminds me of this thing I heard once with guys who actually draw the animes. They have a significant budget dedicated to the eyes. Yeah. Am I correct in hearing that? Like a 20-30% or something ridiculous?
I mean, it's the same with fine art and conservation, things like that. When we look at something that we kind of identify as the human face, the first thing we draw to is the eyes. It's the same reason why we kind of make eye contact with people when we have conversations. So if that's going to be kind of like the first thing you look at, you want that to really pop. You want that to be the thing that people kind of remember. So a lot of artists tend to kind of have like a signature, like that's kind of like their signature will be their faces and the way they draw eyes and things like that. You get memes going around where it'll just be a compilation of the artist and then a variety of the eyes that they do in their artwork because that's such an integral part to their style.
Yeah.
Because another interesting thing about that is, the movie adaptation of Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
And there was a bit of a kicker for people was saying they should have cast a Japanese as a lead instead of Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
But some guys went to Japan and asked them, and the Japanese were saying, no, she looks like an anime girl because of her eyes.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that was right. That's probably what landed at her to do it.
Yeah.
Because of how important the way the eyes are drawn in anime, right?
I was about to go into song then and start singing "Look Into My Eyes."
Please
I won't do that because we'll lose
Thank
the
God.
24 viewers that we do have. But what I want to bring up as well is obviously, Danny, you've got some amazing work, and obviously, but there's different styles as well.
Yes.
So you've obviously got your cartoony, very cartoony, but then you also have your style like this, for example. That's obviously the Wicked Wolves banner. Shout out Neox, by the way. He's not on this week. But with graphics design, obviously, this is sort of a banner, very simplistic, whereas yours is very different. So there's two different contrasted, because not everybody's going to be an anime fan or a cartoon fan, and I feel sorry for them. But you have to have some alternative as well, and this is probably the aspect of this one. But where did you? Obviously, like you said, you was a cartoon, you was an anime fan. Did you know right away that you was going to go into that, or?
I mean, I've always kind of drawn and things like that. I remember being, oh gosh, I must have been like in primary school, and like I'd draw like my favorite characters from things like Beyblade and like Shaman King and things like that.
Beyblade.
And then and then as I got older, I started getting more into graphic novels and things like that. I think a big turning point for me was I read, it was the New 52 Batwoman comics. I remember being really kind of like struck by the art style in that, and then I got into things like Saga and the Lumberjanes and things like that, and kind of expanded a lot on where my influences came from there.
Interesting.
I can't draw. I'll be honest with you. Like I can doodle. Like that's fine.
Oh, you know what? You just said that, and I thought we should have had a competition where we draw something and show our little stickmen and see who wins the best stickman. That would have been amazing. Never mind.
I will win stickmen drawings hands down, 100% of the time.
This is a weird trend I've seen online, though. Have you seen those animations? There's action animations with stickmen beating each other up.
Yeah.
And shooting each other. And they actually look pretty kick-ass. Yeah. Where did that come from?
I feel like art can be anything these days. Yeah. Like it's weird.
I tell you, when I first started actually appreciating like graphics design and that sort of stuff, is I was watching a YouTube channel called Ornish Pranks. Yeah. Anybody's seen them?
I think so.
Yeah.
They do prank calls, but it animates the actual prank call itself.
Yeah.
And I was sat there, I was like, this is incredible. Like, it is insane.
It was just an added layer of humor, wasn't it? It worked so well.
Yeah, when you've got like a tow truck guy on the end of the racist tow truck guy at the other end of the phone, and he's there with like swastika on his shoulders and stuff like this. It just made it all much better than the prank call already was. It just added that extra detail, and this is what we're saying about content. That guy's now got 5.6 million subscribers on YouTube, just because. Yes, his content's funny, but the adding that extra graphics has elevated him even more.
Well, it's how I started on YouTube. Was I do cosplay videos on there? That's essentially where I put everything. So
we know.
Yeah,
we know. I guess the people in the cast will.
Oh no!
I have a video.
Let him load up the video.
What video is it?
You have to load up the video now. You can't just say I have a video and not show us. You bring up the video. You know what the turning point with me was? When it hit my mum when I was playing Devil May Cry. That's when I realized the importance of graphic design, because I was fighting the final boss, Mundus. My mom, like a typical mom's, what are you wasting your time in video games? She sat there and watched me on the hardest difficulty take down Mundus for like an hour. And she goes and tells her dad, I saw this video game my son was playing. It's amazing. So that's when it hit me that, wow, the imagery is so important there.
Are you ready for me to share my screen, Ash?
I'm scared.
Find out.
Oh no!
You look so young.
You look like a kid. He's adorable. I want to pinch your cheeks.
I got a GoPro for the first time.
Oh, well, yeah, we can tell. You're using it to its full ability.
Yeah, I used to film conventions, tell people how it is, just do a music video around it as well, until YouTube copyrighted me.
Yeah,
Trust YouTube.
Yep.
God damn, we did a volleyball anime there actually.
we did. Yeah.
There's Danny in the background with the grey hair.
Yeah.
Hiding in the back. Yeah, we see her.
Yeah.
There, hiding. Please don't film me.
Hi, younger Danny.
Essentially.
Was this after you fell in love or before?
After, I think, because I think I make out with her on this. We went together here, but I make out with him and her in the same video.
Oh, adorable. It's funny how it brings
randomly lick somebody's face. Yeah.
Don't.
Come here.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that at the Final Fantasy convention, I'm gonna have to draw a line. I'm sorry.
It was good content, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it does work for content, but then I might accidentally have to hurt you if you lick my face.
Yeah,
and that would also be good content, just not the content you'd like.
I think I've grew out of that now.
Yeah.
Oh my
Don't
God.
invade people's space as much.
I got invited to guest at conventions and I had to be more professional.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
It was great though.
Awesome.
You know you've really bugged somebody when they turn around and say, you need to be more professional. Get it
At
on
a
your
cosplay
time.
convention.
Yeah.
At a cosplay convention, be professional. Come on.
It's I dance as well, so when we used to do stage things, I'd have to be a bit more like serious about it.
Oh man.
Oh, I'd be going all off. I'd think it'd be like full Monty and like, yeah. I'd be proper going for it.
You do
Just leave your hat on. Sorry, just singing the
We do get party conventions though, by the way. There is one called Kitacon down south in Birmingham, and it's essentially PartyCon. You don't remember it. You don't need to hear about it afterwards. Whatever is at Kitacon stays at Kitacon. Like that's a rule.
Whatever stays in Vegas, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That kind of thing.
I have a video on my YouTube channel of Kitacon, so check that out if you get the chance. It's a wild one.
Awesome.
But we'll wrap up anyway. So obviously we'll promote these guys. These guys can promote their Facebook channels. Obviously, Ash, you can promote yourself as well. But we will start with Danny. You can promote yourself.
Hi, I am Danny, also known as Denny Star Illustrations. If you're interested in checking out any of my work, I am Denny Star Illustrations on Facebook, Instagram, and I am Denny Star Draws on Twitter. And also check out my Patreon as well, which is just Denny Star.
There you go. Ashen.
Oh, all righty. Look, I'm on the big screen. Hi, I'm Ashen Lux. I do streams mostly. I am the content regional manager for the Wolves, so go follow them as well. But I'm Ashen Lux on everything, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, the lot. So go follow me on there.
So I think that we should do that again because you weren't looking at camera.
Take two. Come on.
Okay, take two. I am Ashen Lux. Good afternoon. I'm Ashen Lux on everything, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, all that. So please give me a follow on all them. I do crazy stuff like this while I stream, so come along. Come get me.
There's my big giant face scaring you, everybody. Hello, guys. Big Z Bear, you all know me. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not as socially active as you guys, but it'd be very cool to see you guys there. I do have a YouTube channel. I usually talk about little political issues more than anything. But all cool. See you guys there.
So before we end the show, we want to know now, Dom or Kratos? In chat, go. I should have like 1 minute.
Wait. Anybody? The countdown clock. I don't believe we didn't bring the countdown clock. Well done, mate. So I put my pitch in. Is this for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Yes, it is for me, right? I prefer Kratos. I wish Barrett was an option now because I'm leaning more towards Barrett now after all that.
Kratos or Dom? Quickly, let's go.
Yep, Kratos. We got another guy saying Kratos. So it looks like Kratos wins. I have to work out my 6-packs now too. And learn how to learn a boomerang and axe as well.
There you go. Everybody's putting Kratos. So there you go,
Kratos.
Zubair. If you was to cosplay Kratos, it is for you.
It would have to be Kratos, yeah, because I got
Hell
the
yeah.
hair and everything, and the beard, and I can make the personality.
But there we go. That's the episode for this week, guys. Thank you very much for attending. My name's Jester. That's Big Z-Bear. That's Ashley Lux, and that is Denny Start. Thank you very much. Next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.